Cargo started as a short film that we kind of generated for Tropfest, which we made, and it went through to the festival. And then after that, it had a surprising amount of online success, where it got picked up by a couple of kind of really big pop culture websites like Devour and BuzzFeed, and it just exploded and went from a few thousand views to a few million in like the span of a week, which just blew our mind and then led to the opportunity where we are now.
I think the online success that the film had absolutely was what was the platform that allowed us to get this film made. I mean, I think in the first instance, it allowed us to be seen by agents in America, which was sort of the first step to us being able to take meetings and sort of meet with producers and try and pitch the treatment for what the broader story would be.
Really feels like viral success is the kind of new way. It's a new calling card these days. It's a new landscape, it's a new frontier, which is really exciting.
The challenge, I guess, with expanding a short film into a feature length is obviously you need to find new levels of depth and new layers, new characters to kind of fill that world out. And so when it came time to thinking about how we would do that with this film, it just occurred to us that we felt that what we hadn't seen in this genre before at the time was Indigenous survivors and how they would respond to an outbreak like this. And being that we wanted it to feel like an Australian film, it just felt like that was a voice that we really wanted to have included in the project.
So with Cargo being very much an emotional character-based piece, we wanted to find an actor, a lead actor, that could actually kind of really carry that and in a new kind of way and in a new light for the genre.
Martin Freeman was top of the list very early on, and I think a lot of that is just to do with his subtlety and his inventiveness as an actor.
For a couple of first-time filmmakers, we probably didn't make the job as easy as it could have been. We went with a script that had 85% exteriors, and on top of that, then Mother Nature threw crazy storms and weather at us, which kind of really like hindered production. But thankfully we had like a really experienced crew behind us who helped us kind of overcome some of those hurdles.
We had a wealth of experience. I mean, Jeffrey Simpson as our DP has shot some incredible films, and he's a master of light. And Joe Ford, our production designer, Heather Wallace, our costume designer, the entire team. We felt like there was such a safety net there to kind of protect us, to offer their wisdom as we went along and their advice. And I think that level of experience around us was a huge part of what got us over the finish line. Having Netflix come on board was a pretty big deal for us. I mean, it's a funny one because I think as filmmakers, of course, you have these sort of dreams of your film being seen on a big screen, but I think also what we were really taking into account was what are we watching? What are we and our friends watching? And it's Netflix. And if you think about, the reach of that platform, they're in 190 countries. And as a filmmaker, ultimately your goal is that your film gets seen. And it just felt like the way to do that. And then it became a case of being the first Australian Netflix original feature film. I mean, that was amazing. It was certainly not something we were expecting. Well, we've been working on this film for nearly 5 years now, so we are equal parts terrified and very excited to finally get the chance to share it with audiences, particularly in our cinema run, which we'll be having in Australia on May 17.
It's a dream to be able to make a movie, for starters, and then the next dream is that people will watch it. So,
Please come.